What is up, guys? So I'm here at the temporary facility for StevensDrumShed.com. We're still in the process of relocating the studio to the new place. It's going to be really great once we get there, but there is that lay time of us leaving one place and getting to a new one and getting it ready. So until then, I'm in a temporary place where I'm giving you guys some lessons. Anyway, who loves you? Oh, right here, this space. So what I wanted to talk about today is I've had some requests for some more advanced lessons and some complaints of, you've been putting up some easy stuff and I don't know, it's just too easy and I think I can do it. There's a wide gamut of players out there that I really try to reach with these lessons, all the way from just picked up drumsticks to can play their butts off and could probably smoke me. I try to teach to all of them. I had some teachers that I could do things they could not do. That doesn't mean I didn't learn from them. They knew a lot more than me. Maybe I could just do something they couldn't do. So what we need to do is find a common ground. So I try to get information out to you guys as I can. That's advanced, intermediate, beginner, grooves, fills, but sometimes I lack in certain areas. So maybe I haven't put up enough advanced lessons. So here you go. We're going to be talking about polyrhythms today. Specifically, we're going to be talking about a 4/3 polyrhythm. All right. Polyrhythms are talked about. What are they? It's basically two rhythms going at the same time. But to me, it's just a rhythm until you can function in both of those times. Until you can actually count in both of those times. If you're playing 4 against 3, if you're playing 3 against 2, until you can actually count the 3 and function in that 3, and count the 4 and function in that 4, you really don't have a polyrhythm. All you have is a rhythm. It's just a rhythm, okay? So 3/4 will sound like this. Now that just sounds like a cool rhythm. It's only a rhythm until we can actually count and function in those. So let's break down what this is playing. Okay, if I've got my right hand here, I'm going to put my right hand on the hi-hat, left hand on the snare drum so I can actually talk while I'm doing this. And we're playing this 4/3. Of course, there's 4 here in the right hand and 3 in the left hand. So if we can count the right hand and then count the left hand, we're on our way to actually having a for real polyrhythm. So let's get that going. And count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you see how I can go back and forth between the two? I can count the 4, I can count the 3. My brain recognizes there is a 4 going on there and there's a 3 going on there. Now, what happens with that, once you can function in that, then we can start to understand the different subdivisions that can come with that. So we can play 30th notes instead of 32nd notes. And you might say, well, why would I play 30th notes when I could just play 32nd? It's almost the same thing. Yeah, it's almost the same thing, except that we're drummers and we're nerds and we want to know how to subdivide 30th notes. Or at least I do. I mean, I don't know if you do, but I do. And 30th notes are just 5 sets of quintuplets or 6 sets of quintuplets in a measure. So how do we get to where we can subdivide those things? Really, polyrhythms are kind of the machine or the vehicle that can take us there. What I want to teach you today is an ostinato that you play with your feet, and then we're going to work on, this is going to be a bit of a longer lesson, then we're going to work on taking and subdividing in that ostinato, okay, or in that polyrhythm. So we're going to play 4 on our right foot and 3 in our left foot. Sounds pretty cool. Let's put it to a metronome. So we've got that 4/3 ostinato going, or polyrhythm, and what we want to do is understand that there's a time going on in the right foot and a time going on in the left foot, and we want to learn how to subdivide in both of those. So first of all, we're going to make the right foot quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This, of course, is playing 3 on top of that. Now, what we want to do is go through and subdivide that. Today, just with the 4s, I wanted to subdivide quarter notes, eighth notes, or the equivalent. So quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and then 16th notes. So if we can go all the way up and subdivide all of those, then we're on our way to being able to function in this time. And then we're going to do the same thing for the left foot. We're going to play, except it'll be 3, and we're going to play quarters, eighths, triplets, and 16th notes and see what those begin to sound like. So starting with the right foot, I'm going to play quarter notes, then I'm going to move on to 8th notes, then triplets, then 16th notes. Now we're going to go off of the left foot. The right foot, of course, we did quarters, that's 4 notes to a measure. Then we did 8th notes, that's 8 notes to a measure. Then we did triplets, that's 12 notes to a measure. Then we did 16ths, that's 16 notes to a measure. Now we're going to the left foot. We're going to do quarters, that'll be 3 notes to a measure. We'll do 8 notes, that's going to be 6 notes to a measure. We're going to do triplets, that's going to be 9 notes to a measure. And then we're going to do 16th notes, which 3 times 4 is what? 12 notes to a measure. And you can see how some of these rhythms begin to overlap. All right, so let's get that polyrhythm going again and then play over it. So there, real quick, we've broken that polyrhythm out. So now not only can we count the 4 and count the 3, we're beginning to function in both of those. Now, for an advanced player, let me make a note on an advanced player. An advanced player to me is somebody that takes something like this. I would show a lesson like this to an advanced player, and I would expect this to pop a door open in their mind and them go, holy cow, I can't even believe you can do all that stuff. And all of a sudden, they don't just see what I did. Their mind is going in a million different directions. They're like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do that, I could totally put this over here. Man, I could take this to here, I could do it in 3/4, I could do it. Like their mind's just boom, 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 boom. It used to get so overwhelming to me because I would be taught a new thing, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, well, this is like the possibilities are endless for a paradiddle. I could, like, literally, I could play paradiddles my whole life and never get to the bottom of the paradiddle. It's really, once you take, it's like taking an artist and giving them the color blue, and all of a sudden their mind goes, I mean, there's so much I could do with this color. Like I can't even begin to tell you all the things I can do with this color. And all it is blue. But what you have is a person that excels at their craft, and it doesn't matter what tool they have. The tools don't limit them. Their mind is the only thing that limits them. The imagination is the only thing that limits them. So if I put a lesson up here and you think, boy, that's kind of a beginner concept, I really challenge you to take that concept and make it an advanced concept. Don't just sit there and take it for face value. Sit down and go, okay, brain, let's open this thing up, crack it like an egg, and really conquer it. That's what I want you to do. I don't want to build the house for you. I just want to give you the nails on the wood to build your house, right? All right, so that's going to be a more advanced lesson on this topic. Hopefully it helped. Don't forget about the live lesson 7 times a week. PDF comes with it. We have a chat board that you can chat with me live time. It's $18.99 a month. And then, of course, the email lessons that are my free way of every week of saying thank you for watching. Some of those will be intermediate, some will be advanced, and some will be beginner. So you never know what will come through the email lesson, but it'll always be fun. So hope we'll see you guys next time.